just enjoying just being my goddamn self.
I'm just enjoying life right now.
Enjoying life. What a great time to be alive,
What a
people.
great day. Welcome back, guys, to Love Lindsay. This is episode 2. And as you can see, for anyone watching on camera, we've got Aimee Jones Aesthetics.
Hello, hello. How exciting.
I know, this has been a long time coming.
I know.
So, anyone who is watching the live from this morning, I don't know when this is going to be posted, probably in a couple of days. But anyway.
They're like, wait, what? What did I miss?
I was like, what's going on? We did just jump on live because we was like, what should we talk about? Because standard behaviour for us, there was meant to be a brief and the brief didn't brief.
No, but we done well because we booked this well in advance.
And we stuck to it.
And we stuck to it. But we just didn't do the brief.
No.
But
I'm
that's
so proud
classic.
of us.
Pat on the back.
Pat on the
apart
back.
from the brief. But we
No
can,
brief.
we can live, we can learn.
But
We're
we're here.
evolving.
We are here. So we literally jumped on live just now because we was like, guys, what do you want to hear? What do you want us to talk about? What's the vibe?
What do people want?
So we've come up with a couple of topics and we're gonna have like a bit of a mix of the two. So we're gonna talk about expanding business, expanding locations, staff, whether it's good to grow staff and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna talk about sort of like comparing yourself to others. I feel like that's definitely going to be your...
It's my kind
That's
of
definitely
tea.
your little pond area. So, me and you have spoken about expanding.
We sure have had many, many conversations
Because
about that.
I put you off, didn't I?
You did. Do you know what, though? I think I always knew in my heart I didn't want the big clinic. I didn't want the training academy. I always knew I didn't want those things, but I just thought the way it's presented on social media and the path that's somewhat mapped out for you, which deems your success, I do that in inverted commas, anyone who's not watching, is the case of you train, you get your fully booked, you get your own space, then you go on to a training academy, then you get staff, and it's like this ladder, which is like, is there ingrained. But actually, it's not. Like, you don't have to do that. If you do that, amazing. If that's what you truly want, then that's incredible. But if you see so many people doing it because they think they have to, and then they're ending up in this big clinic, bigger training academy with staff, and they're actually not happy.
No.
And they actually go, why did I do this? I'd much rather just be on my own again. And that's okay too. That doesn't mean you're unsuccessful.
No.
It just means you have everyone's measure of success is different. And
Everyone's
I think
different.
after talking to you in Barcelona, it was a real eye-opener for me because I was like sat there going, right, that's my next thing.
Yeah.
Is, my clinic was booming. I was doing my master classes and I was like, right, well, the next thing is I get my own space. And then I'm going to get staff. And we were talking about staff members because I had people messaging me about like apprentice training them up.
That's
doing
it.
This. And then I was talking to you about it. And then after talking to you, it just kind of went, actually, do I want this? And I had a real moment end of last year of really evaluating what the actual hell I want out of the business.
It's so hard because, like you say, you look at everyone online, and I did that to an extent. My main thing to get like a little clinic or whatever I had at the beginning was because I was working from home in lockdown, and I just had cabin fever, and I was like, I want to go and get like staff or whatnot, and I want to grow. And then when I eventually did that, I think I quickly realised that it wasn't for me.
Yeah. And
so you have to work out what sort of person you are. I know now, after nearly bloody 8 years in the industry, I finally realised
she's come to her senses.
I've hit the jackpot now. I know what I'm doing, sort of. But I
Changes
know
her mind next year.
Yeah, next year
2025, bend.
Do something else. But I now know that I work better on my own.
Yeah.
My brain goes too quick and I come up with all these ideas and I need to just be left alone to just get on with it.
Yeah.
And when you rely on staff or when you rely on other people who aren't sort of like on your level, it can become not confrontation, but it can be like really hard to. I'm trying to get my, like, I'm trying to.
You have to be the boss.
Yeah.
That's like what it comes down to. If you're going to have clinics, you have staff members, you have to be the boss, and you are the boss for other people. So it's like you have to be comfortable to be in uncomfortable situations sometimes.
And I'm not.
Quite frankly, not me.
Yeah, I'm not. The trauma's too traumatized. I'm too much of a people pleaser. Even though I am being good. I'm setting my boundaries now with things.
Hey,
But
2024 was the year we stopped being the people pleasers.
Yeah.
And we're doing well.
we are doing really well.
We're doing okay.
No is a full sentence.
And it doesn't mean you're a bad person. If
No.
you say no and set boundaries, it doesn't mean you're a bad person.
Say no and then stop talking.
Not no, but then I could actually do that. No,
Yeah.
just no. It's okay sometimes.
Yeah, you've got to protect your peace. But yeah, I really, like, I'll be honest, I really struggled with having a clinic.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know whether it was because I think maybe someone who doesn't have kids or other responsibilities outside of work could do it easier. But then I do know people that are mums and they have loads of kids that do have successful clinics. It just depends on you. But
It all comes down to you at the end of the day, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like all depends on you as a person, what you truly want. And I think everything all comes back to like how much you want it.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like if your heart isn't actually in it, it's never gonna, like, you're not gonna want to push it. You're not gonna want to sit down and have them uncomfortable conversations. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're not truly in it, like I know if I'd taken that jump and got a clinic or done a training academy or got all the staff members, I know I truly wouldn't have been happy.
no.
So I wouldn't have been showing up as my best version of myself for the other people. Because obviously it's also not fair on the people that are working for you.
100%.
If you're not being like that true energy, that because they obviously as well, they're all looking to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you the boss. Like, what do we do?
Yeah, literally.
Wait, I need someone to tell me what to do.
Yeah. And it's just hard because you have to have... I kept looking at I was too... Not friendly, but I would class myself as friends with the girls who was working with me.
Yeah.
So then when there was times where we needed something to change or I wanted to put stuff in place like, I don't know, targets and stuff like that, I was like, but I'm like 2 or 3 years in, we've been sort of winging it this whole time. How can I now just randomly turn around and change everything and put boundaries in place and put strategies in? Because they're going to be like, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, sis.
So
What do you say?
yeah, I think if I was to do it again now, which I absolutely wouldn't, but if I was, I think I would do it a lot better.
It's just having the boundaries from day one, I think, isn't it?
It's so important.
And like setting the boundaries. Like you can still like, obviously you can still have like a really great working relationship and you can still have like really great connections with people who work for you. But there is that line.
yeah.
At the end of the day, you are the boss and they are your staff member. There is a line there and it's about setting that clear boundary since day one. Look at me talking as if I've had staff members. I haven't.
No, but it is
Just
like...
here, like, yeah, this is what you need to do, guys.
Most
I've
of it-
never had a staff member in my life. Sorry. Just full transparency.
It is common sense, though, most of it, when you think of it. Like, I sit back now and I think about it, and when I talk to people, even if I didn't have a clinic or if I didn't have staff, I don't know if it's because I'm getting a bit older and I've got kids now, you do look at things a little bit differently. Like, I couldn't have a clinic and I couldn't have staff because I felt like I was at home with the kids and then I'd going into work. When I was in the clinic was fine, different because I'm there.
Yeah.
And everything runs smoothly. I've never had issues with the girls. They were all really good at their jobs. They're really fantastic. But then if I was working from home or... say for like my Essex clinic, I was only there once like every 2 weeks in the end. So if stuff was happening and one of the girls was messaging me saying, oh, we've had this issue or what do you want to do with this? I would then become so, not overstimulated, but I'd panic because I'm like... Anxiety.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, I'm not there. I don't know what to do. And then that was a problem for me.
Do you know what I also think? And I might be completely wrong here, but I also think it depends on you as a person and you've got to be able to let go of things. I know I can't do that. No. I know I'm a bit of a control freak. I know I like things how I like them. Like even at home, like Luke will try and hoover and I'll be like, you're doing it wrong. I'm literally watching him thinking,
Put it down,
you're doing it wrong. I really appreciate you doing it, but I'm dying inside. So I know if I was to have a clinic and have staff members, I know that would be something I need to change in myself if I wanted to do that. Do you know what I mean? So I think some people are really good at delegating and having that element of letting go, letting them do it. And I'm like, I wish I could, but I can't. That's just, I'm not that sort of person.
Yeah. Like Hayley was like, I said to her in the end, she was the manager, and then, but when we were there, she wouldn't manage over me because I think she felt, well, it's Lindsay's business. I don't want to take from that.
Yeah.
And you do have to look at things in a different perspective, because Hayley was, she still is to this day, and I tell everyone that comes in will back me on this. Hayley is one of the best injectors I've ever seen in my life.
She's shit hot.
She's shit hot. She knows, she's better at than me. Hands down. She's better at she is insane. So anyone who doesn't follow her. But she's so good. But she lacked a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Not in her work, in the management side. Mm-hmm. And I think most of that was because she didn't want to take over me.
Yeah.
So me and her had a chat. I can't remember when it was, but we had a chat before, and she was like, I don't want to push the boundary because it's your business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because I said to Hayley and Jade, when I sort of took a step back a little bit, and I think I was only in there like once a week, I said, I need you to handle things more when I'm not here, because I'm filming, I'm doing this, I'm editing videos, and if clients are messaging or there's an issue and it's in the group chat, like you say, you've got to control yourself, because there's no reason why I couldn't ignore that. James would go to me, just don't read it until later.
Yeah.
But then if I've seen it,
it's going to be there.
It's in my brain.
To deal with it, yeah. 100%.
And that's affecting my work then.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a lot of that going on. But you've just got to trial and error it. There's different schemes of it as well. So it's like, are you working at the minute from home? Mm-hmm. Because then is the next step to go and rent a room somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what I would do, rather than just going and getting. So many people say to me, oh, I'm working from home at the minute. I really want a high street shop. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Why? Like, they've got no staff. They've literally come from, they might have like a young baby at home. They're working part-time hours around the kid at home. And they'll say, oh, the next step for me is I'm going to get a high street clinic. And I say, why?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I don't know.
This is it. I think, again, it comes back to, you have to ask yourself what you truly want. Because, again, you look at like this ladder of success and it's like it's already paved for you, when actually, no, that isn't it. You can be like, for me, I don't have my own shop. I rent a room within a shop, and I love that. And I actually am very happy there. And I do not see my future having my own space, having my own clinic, having my own staff member. I just don't see it. And that doesn't mean that I'm not successful. That just is where, like, what I'm happy with. And that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's something I had to really come to grips, because I thought, well, that's just organically the next thing I have to do to be deemed as successful in this industry and to be looked at as a success and like I'm doing well, when actually, no, it's not. Like, it's whatever brings you joy, and wherever your success and your energy comes from, that's it, like, at the end of the day. And, sometimes it will work and sometimes it won't. Some people will take that jump and then they'll go, oh my God, I love this, having my own clinic so I can step back, have the staff in there doing it. I go in however many days a week or month, and I love it. I love this for me. Great. I'm like, yes, sis, love that for you. And then some people try it and then they go, do you know what, actually, this wasn't for me.
Yeah.
So then they come back to working on their own, or they go back to renting a room. Doesn't mean you're unsuccessful.
No.
If anything, it means you're successful because you're doing something you happy and you believe in it, to take that step back and go, do you know what? I tried it and it wasn't for me. Yeah. And that's okay.
Do you know who when I look at successful clinic owner, I picture Rebecca Mack.
Oh, she's a vibe.
Do you know what I mean?
She's a vibe.
That's the type of person who is not scared, like fearless.
Love that.
Boss bitch.
She just radiates boss bitch.
Yeah, she does. Yeah. But when I think of like successful multiple clinic business owner, she, like, her picture, like her face pops into my head, because she's just done it for years, isn't she? And she does other businesses, like she's got the finance for the machines and stuff, and she does all of that. But you've got to look at your situation and work out, is that what you want to do? Are you the type of person to be going in there and managing all of them stuff? Because, yeah, you could say, oh, I'll get a manager, but then you've got to liaise with the manager and make sure...
You're still the boss at the end of the day.
You are.
And it crunch time comes to you and it's your business. And I think as well, again, I don't know for sure because I haven't done it myself, but I feel like a lot of people, I hear this a lot where people go, they just don't do it how I would do it. They just don't treat my business how I would treat it. Of course they don't. It's not their business. And you have to be at peace with that.
Yeah.
It's not their business, it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be at peace with that. Like you will, like not every staff member's going to be the one.
No.
And it is sometimes a process.
Yeah.
It's like when you got to find your own client base, isn't it? Like not every client is going to be your client that you mesh with. But sometimes you just have to go through them. So I think it just, again, it all just comes down to, which obviously goes on to the, like, merges into the next thing of, don't worry about anyone else's perception. Just concentrate on what brings you happiness and your idea of success. Some people's idea of success is multiple clinics or like working 6 days a week, back to back, no lunch break, not even time for a wee. And they're like, this is success. Like, yes, I've done it. I love it. And I'm like, yeah, sis, you go, girl.
Rooting for you over here.
Like, love this for you. Whereas some people are like, do you know what? I just want to feel 1 day a week and I want to be able to take my children to school, pick them up, go to their nativities and have a slow life and go and have brunch and be able to afford my mortgage and afford my food shop. I don't need anything extravagant. And that's also success.
That's me.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
like,
what I want.
It's whatever you deem as successful. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks.
Yep.
And what does it matter? Everyone just so like obsessed with social media and showing up and doing things. And the amount of people that go, well, that's my next thing.
Yeah.
Like they say, I'm going to do the high street shop or I'm going to get a staff member because, well, that's just the next thing, isn't it? And you've got to go, no, just sit back and go, what is it I actually want? What is my success?
Yeah. And that's where the mute button comes in.
And that's where the mute button comes in.
The mute list that we was just talking about on the live.
Yeah.
Is key.
And I feel like a lot of people don't want to talk about it or people will shy away from it and go, oh my God, I can't believe they're openly talking about the mute button. Let's all talk about the mute button.
100%.
It's okay.
It's not that we're not sitting here saying, oh, I'm muting that person because I don't like them or they're doing this. It's not that. Like, I've got people on my mute list that I love and that are amazing in business, but maybe I compare myself to them and I notice and I find that when I'm going down my Instagram, if they're popping up on my feed, it makes me feel a certain way and I might feel jealous or I might feel resentful and then it puts me in a negative mindset because I'm comparing myself. So for me to stop feeling that way, I'll mute them. I don't want to unfollow them because then obviously you get the drama of, oh, they've unfollowed me. And it's not that you don't support that person, but it's just about you protecting your peace a little bit.
It's all about boundaries. It's all about you. And you know what? At the end of the day, and a lot of people won't want to hear this, everything comes down to you.
Yeah.
Like, no one else is coming to praise you. No one else is disciplining you. No one else is coming to save you. No one else is doing anything for you. And it's all down to you. So, like, if you're scrolling on social media trying to find your inspiration for your next reel, and then you're sitting there going, oh, they've got this, they're doing that, or now they're doing this, and you feel anxiety, you feel that comparison, you feel you're not good enough, just go through and mute. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that you have an issue with that person. It just means I'm just protecting my peace right now while I go and work on myself. I'm not saying just mute everyone and go, I'm just going to go about my day as not. No, do some self-reflection and work on yourself. Why is that triggering you?
Yeah.
Really dive deep and go, why am I triggered so much by them? I really love and appreciate them. Why am I, or like maybe you don't even know them.
Yeah.
So why am I so triggered? Why am I not sat here being inspired by their success?
100%.
And because it all comes down to like you at the end of the day, like ourselves. But the liberating thing about that is you can change it. You can fix it.
You can.
So, you know, nobody's perfect and everyone feels it.
Imagine like you didn't follow anyone on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
You didn't follow anybody and you had no idea that any other practitioners existed and all you was comparing yourself to was Aimee 2 or 3 years ago.
Exactly.
You would be buzzing your little tits off.
Wouldn't you just?
You
wouldn't be sitting there going, oh, my lips, I like doing these lips, and you come to look at them later to post them and go, well, these are shit. Oh, no, I'm not going to post them now because they're crap. They're not as good as so-and-so over there or good as so-and-so like 8 hours away from me.
Yeah.
you'd sit there and go, wow, that's amazing compared to me 6 months ago. Hell yeah, I'm posting them.
I had to give my head a little wobble, not even that long ago, to be honest, because I think where I went through all this shit that happened in the last year, and I sort of went solo, and I even said this to you, didn't I? I was like bashing out social media content. And then I said to you, I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing this for. There's no meaning behind, like when I was going through my videos, I was like, there's no meaning behind any of this. Like none of these videos are going to bring me in sales. They're not going to get me anywhere in life. They're just random stuff because I was just chasing views.
Yeah.
And I was comparing because I was like,
it becomes obsessive.
my views are like what I got a good amount of like insights 1 month, and then because obviously it's like a rare thing and it fluctuates. Then when it went down a little bit, I was like, no, I've got to keep going, And I was literally going and going and going. And then I was comparing myself to everyone. And yeah, I said to you, I was like, I need to give my head like a proper little wobble because what am I doing?
Yeah, what am I doing? Why does that matter so much?
Why does that matter?
Like, yeah, and that's it, isn't it? And I think that's what you have to do is you have to everything comes down to your mindset and you as a person and evolving. I'm all for mindset, as all of you know by now.
Bit of internal growth.
Well, yeah, that's all it is. That's all it is like, you know, so many people, you know, I have DMs every day of people like, you know, the industry's oversaturated. Everyone's doing offers. I can't compare. I want to give up. And I'm going to be real with you right now. It's all excuses.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's excuses. And I know it's hard to hear, but it's the truth. Like, it's not supposed to be easy. It's hard work, but it's worth it. And this comes down to, what do you actually want?
Yeah.
What is it you want? Do you feel it? Like, I see some people where they go, oh my God, like, I'm failing, it's shit. They've got bookings in their diary.
Yeah.
But they've got 10 likes on a post and they're like, I'm failing. No, you're not. You've got bookings in the diary and people are interacting with you. You're not failing. That's your perception of failure because you're looking at someone else who has, you know, 100 likes, but they might not have the bookings in the diary. And if they do, then good for them. They know how to market it. It's just about, okay, why didn't that get as many likes as I want? You know, let's reevaluate it and see actually how can I change it? How do I grow? Why am I getting triggered by this? It's all about internal growth and internalizing everything, reflecting on everything.
Yeah.
That's literally what everything always comes back to every goddamn time.
It's a cycle.
It is a cycle and it never ends. Yeah. There's always room for improvement and growth and success in your own opinion, you know? Like, that's literally it.
Just got to reflect.
Yeah.
Got to reflect.
Stop making the excuses. Imagine if, like, excuses weren't a thing and you didn't make excuses and you just did it. Do you know what I mean?
Got on with it.
You just did it. Imagine, like, how much you would have achieved. And not every time will be a successful or a positive experience, but you still learn.
Of course.
Like, people, I think this is another thing as well. Like, I'm trying to be a lot more raw on my social media recently, and I'm trying to be a lot more open because I also think I need to realise that a lot of people will message me, and when I start talking to people, like, say, people who come on board with me and I mentor them, and when I say, do you think the first time I did that, it worked? No, it actually flopped. I actually had no bookings. The first year of my business, I was in minus. I had no profits. I was losing money. I was in debt. And people sit back and go, what? And I think, oh... am I portraying that I've always had my shit together? And that's why I'm really trying now to like, because I think we also have an influence of people who are looking, like I said earlier, if I don't inspire you and if you're feeling triggered by my content, please mute me. Please just mute me until you're ready, or message me. I'll be quite happily to give you the reality and to help you and to push you. And do you know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm so hot on mindset. Because I think that's when I done my most growth in my business, was when I actually, fuck it, as cringe as it sounds, held a bloody mirror up and gone, right, bitch, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
The problem. It's you.
It's so true though. It is. Like, you have to, everything that happens around you is a result of what you're giving or putting out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's it. And there is positive. I know, like, some people are like, you're sickeningly positive, but there is positives in everything in life. Like,
there is,
you can always find a silver lining. And I know even at the time, it's not an immediate, but you can always go back and reflect. Like,
oh yeah, you're allowed to feel a certain way. Like I message you all the time. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this has really pissed me off, or oh, I'm just having a shit day. And
sometimes it'd be a voice note, and I just literally go at the end of it. I go, I'm really sorry, that was really negative, but I just had to let it out.
you're like, I'm done now. Okay, bye.
I'm done now, and then later on, I'm like, hello, I am Mrs. Sunshine. Let's fucking go.
Just need to get it. You're allowed to get it out of your system, aren't you?
Like I don't trust me. My days aren't every day like high as a bloody, you know, like high up in the sky and sunshine. Like there is tough days, but
yeah,
it's always down to the comeback is greater than the setback.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to have time. Like after this Black Friday, I literally just went off radar. I didn't, for me, this is criminal. I didn't post on my stories for 4 days, and I didn't post on my social media for 3, which for me is like, that doesn't happen for me.
Yeah.
But tell you what, I felt so liberated. And I just needed it because I was like, I've been so consumed and I'm so burnt out. Again, Luke told me off. He said, next time you do something like that, you need to hire somebody to help you. And I'm like, but I can do it on my own.
I can do it all.
And that's my problem. I know I'm toxic like that. And that's something I need to work on. That's something I am going to work on. But that's what it comes down to. No one's perfect. You've just got to, it's all inner work.
Yeah.
Stop trying to blame everyone else. Like, and this industry's so oversaturated. It's not.
No.
It's social media that makes it feel like it is.
Because you're looking and
comparing. You're watering their grass instead of your own. No wonder they're growing, because you're fucking watering it every day, and yours is all brown and dead because yours is crispy because you ain't watering it.
You got the crispy grass.
You got the crispy grass up in here. Get your watering cans. So,
you've got to. So
100%.
Yeah, stop comparing yourself to
So I went off on a tangent. Can't help myself with the mindset. Start me off.
Do you know what I was like? Oh, what was the next topic? Comparing yourselves to others.
Nice segue in.
That was a segue in there. Yeah, but I do. Oh, I'm not as bad now.
Yeah.
But I used to be so bad. Mm-hmm. And then it was when people say, like, you must get it all the time as well. When people say like, oh my God, I really look up to you. Like, you do a lot for us, and I'm so inspired by you. And then I sit back and I'm like,
me?
You me?
I literally do that every day.
I'm an inspiration.
I'm like, sorry, what?
And it's so true though. It is so true. Like, you get caught up in your own, not caught up in your own world, but you get caught up by like comparing yourself to other people. You forget how much that you are inspiring to other people.
That's it. You've always got to take a step back and look at your bigger picture. Like, I think I said this before, that so many of us, and I'm guilty of this, like you too busy looking ahead. What's over there? Too busy looking over there. What's next? What's next? What's next? And then you don't look at actually where you are right now. Like that, like I said to you earlier, I feel really alien at the minute because I'm in a weird space where I've told myself no more projects, no more nothing until 2025, because I've just had the most chaotic 18 months where I've not stopped. And now I'm stopping, and I'm just trying to really enjoy and be grateful for where I am right now and what I have achieved, rather than go, right, what's next? This is the next thing. Let's do this. Let's burn myself out some more because I love it.
Where does it end?
I'm a workaholic.
Yeah, where does it end otherwise?
This is it. And as well, again, you just get caught up comparing. And let's just sit in the moment. Like, so many people, you know, even I think way back when I used to have, like, you know, one client, maybe one client a month or 2 clients a month. And I remember thinking, oh, I want more. And then I'd have maybe the 2 clients in a week instead of the month, and have that consistent. And instead of me going, holy shit, I have now like triple the amount of what I used to have in a month, and I have that now in a month. Like, how incredible. I used to go, right, I want more. Now I need 5 a week. Now I need this. And you don't, and like, so many people get so caught up in it, and they're just too busy wondering what's next, rather than just going, look what I did.
Yeah.
Look what I did right now. Like, this is actually amazing. Let me just give myself a minute and be grateful for what I have achieved, and then move on to what's next.
Because otherwise, if you're not, I'm so guilty of that, but if you are constantly like, right, I'm going to do this, you complete it, you don't then appreciate or feel, completely, mate, you don't feel like happy or any sense of like achievement.
There's no like satisfaction.
There's no happy feelings there. You just constantly are putting yourself down, like, what's next, and you'll feel miserable.
I think also that is something, sometimes I think, is that just a wee problem? It's the dopamine.
Yeah, maybe.
It's the dopamine chasing, isn't it?
Don't feel what's the word?
It's all in the chase. Sometimes I feel like that's something I'm really trying to work on. I really like, it's all in the build up, the chase. And then when it happens, I'm like, yay. And then I go, what's next?
Yeah.
I'm ready for the next challenge. When I'm like, bitch, just fucking sit in it for a minute and be happy with what you've done. My dad keeps telling me off about this all the time. You work too much.
Yeah.
I know, Michael. I know.
It's like when I did my level 5 and 7, I was so happy that I signed up for it. Really liked the process, doing it. And then when it sort of got towards the end, I was like, I just need to finish it. I finally finished it. Went and did like my graduation. We got all the caps and the hat. And I was like, oh, I'm so excited for this. I didn't feel any sense of achievement.
Really?
All I felt was, thank God that's over. What's next?
Yeah.
And that's bad, isn't it?
When really you should have sat there and gone, holy shit, look what I've done.
Look what I've done.
I've just completed 5 and 7. And wasn't you like...
I think I was one of the first.
I was going to say it, but I thought, don't want to put it out.
I'm sure I was like number 4 or something.
You was like in that 30, like...
I was within the first 10.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was top 10.
How much of an achievement? Imagine telling yourself that 3 years ago.
Crazy.
Like, can you imagine? And obviously, like, you just hadn't had IVE, hadn't you?
Yeah, I think Ivy was not even 1 when I passed.
So look at that, what you achieved. Like, and instead, you're going, right, what's next?
Yeah.
Let's go again. And instead of, like you say, there's that no sense of achievement there. And I think that's something that we can all do. And I think sometimes even just, like helping each other out, like, from now on, I'm going to try and really be like, even with my girls in my group, right? Whenever they achieve something, it doesn't matter how big or small, I will hype the shit out. And I'm genuinely so excited. They'll get like a fucking 8-minute voice note. And I'm like, yes! And I'm literally screaming. I'm so excited for them. And then they go, oh. And like some of them are like, oh yeah, actually it is really good. Yes, it's fucking good. Like, let's celebrate it. So
do you know why I think that's bad as well with all of us? Because, not to go off on another tangent, but
we love it.
We are very rare to get support from our friends, from our like actual friends and family.
100%. I think with friends and family, and this is no shade to them, love you, but they don't, if they don't have their own business or they're not doing like similar to what you're doing, they don't get it.
No, they don't. It's different.
And it's a whole different level. Whereas I think I've really learned since, like, obviously, like mine and yours friendship, Carrie, who owns Levy, like our friendship, and I've got other friendships with the girls, like a lot of the other practitioners who I've built friendships with over the years. And it's just so nice to just pick up the phone, voice note, and just have somebody who gets it.
Yeah.
And to celebrate each other, or sometimes when things aren't going so right, because obviously you just help one another and boost each other up. And I think it's so important. So, like, there's so many people, like one of my recent girls who started mentoring, she has always cut herself off from the industry. She's never got involved yet, always cut herself off, never got herself involved because she, similar to me when I first started, thought everyone was out to hate you, that you wouldn't get the support. And she's like, honestly, I just can't believe it. Now she's part of like this little community and she's really putting herself out there, and like her confidence. All of my girls, I'm so proud of. Shout out to the bitch you can girls. Shout out. I'm so proud of them all. But it's really like something really heartwarming. And I think that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to create that. And like with my mentoring, it is a lot about mindset. And I'm not afraid to say that it is a lot about mindset. There was obviously business, strategy, social media, but everything, in my opinion, and everyone's different mentors for different things. Do you know what I mean? Like we've all got our strengths and weaknesses, and that's what's brilliant. Everyone's unique. But for me, it's mindset is fucking huge. If you don't have that mindset and you can't pick yourself back up, it makes it really difficult.
Yeah.
So it's just about like being in a supportive circle where sometimes like you're not always going to have the answers. You're not always going to feel like a fucking ray of sunshine. To have people boost you back up when you can't is incredible. And people that are in the same industry as you. And like I say earlier, I think I said it on the live, not everyone's going to be for you. And that's okay.
That's normal.
You're not going to be friends with everyone on this earth. And there is going to be some practitioners that you don't gel with. And that's okay.
Yeah.
They'll
gel with other people.
And they'll gel with other people. And it doesn't mean it's all it doesn't have to be catty and bitchy. Like, I think a lot of us are trying to strive to like, as the Queen herself says, Sophia, she says collaboration over competition every fucking time. And I agree with that. But obviously, like anything, there is going to be people that have other opinions, and that's fine too. Do you know? You just got to find your people. Don't let like some bad experiences with some people put you off like getting involved in stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Your little what's your little catchphrase you're saying at the minute?
Oh,
let them.
Do
Just let them.
I literally sent you
Every
a
single
10-minute
voice note.
voice note about that the other day.
Lindsay, just let them.
Just let them. And this is something, and like I say, I've always been a chronic people pleaser. Like, we've had this conversation many times. I've always been a chronic people pleaser, and I'm really trying to, like, come to terms with, because I say no, because I remove myself quietly from a situation that doesn't serve me or is negative, doesn't mean I'm a bad person.
No.
Just means I'm protecting myself, and that's okay. And I'm not for everyone. And
No.
that's okay too.
Do you know what I've learned as well? Like, I used to be, I still am, but I used to be such a people pleaser because I thought, oh my God, what if that person thinks this of me? If that people are so caught up in their own lives.
You're not the main character in their life.
I'm not the main character in their life.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
But
You're
that
not
is
the main
isn't
character
it?
in their
People
life.
are so bothered and they're like, oh my God, what if they think this of me? They're probably not even thinking about you at all.
You're literally not on their radar.
You're
Don't
not
worry
even
about
thought
it.
about.
Like,
They're worried about their own life.
and even if you are, let them.
Yeah. So
Don't worry
actually,
about
it's a positive. It's a positive.
Like, this is what I come back to saying, like, everything starts with you and everything is with you. If you're if you're doing the blame game, you're making excuses, you're lashing out and just blaming everything on external factors, that's when you need to look in the mirror and go, okay, hang on a minute. What can I do here? Is there something I can do to change that? And that's it. It just comes down to you every time.
Do some self-work, guys.
It's it. And you'll feel so much better. I feel so much, like, happier, more liberated. Like, I actually said to Luke, this is really cringy, but I said to Luke the other day, I'm like, I'm just so proud of me, like, my person. That. Like, forget everything else for a minute. I'm proud of me because me, like, even 5 years ago, whoa, that was some
different person.
Who was she? Like, I was completely masking, people pleasing. I was full of anxiety. I wasn't like overly happy and fulfilled in my life. No one else has done that apart from me. I've gone through the shit to, like, really, and I've been really honest with myself, and I have been honest that in some situations I've not always handled things correctly, or I've not been correct, or maybe I could have done things differently. And I'm not afraid to put my hands up and go, do you know what, actually, maybe I wasn't right there. And, like, I'm just, I'm really proud of
growth.
Me. It's growth. And it's liberating. Like, I'm just enjoying just being my goddamn self.
I'm just enjoying life right now.
Just enjoying life. What a great time to be alive, people.
What a great day.
It's a great
love that.
day.
Right, I want you to plug your thing.
What am I
Is it
plugging?
a mentorship? Is it a subscription? Is it? Plug it. We're going to plug Aimee's thing.
Okay, right, I wasn't prepared for a plug.
We're going to plug.
It's Bitch You Can. It's a 6-month program. If you want to come be mentored by me, then please let me know. No, it's basically a 6-month program, and it's an online course, is essentially what it is, and I can't keep up. I feel like there's 160 videos in there at the minute.
160 videos? Yeah. No wonder you're burnt out.
No wonder I'm burnt out.
That is incredible.
It's been a long time, and I just keep adding to it, and I can't help myself. I do weekly calls. There's a weekly Zoom call. There's a community. I do all your hooks, your content ideas every week. What else do we do? I do Hype Up. I do your monthly audit, personalised Instagram audit. I go through their social media. Your face, you're like, what the fuck? Go through their social media.
How many people are in there at the minute?
I think I've got 16 at the minute. I had 19, but they're 6 months. It's really bittersweet when people are, like, ready to fly off and go. But I've got 16 in there at the minute. So I've just opened up a few more spaces.
That's just...
Because I don't like to have too many.
Well, at first I thought you said 60. I was thinking, how on earth are you doing all of that?
No. I had it closed. I had it closed for a few months because it's too much. And I like...
That's a lot, yeah.
And I like some of the girls have done, like, the bonus where they have WhatsApp. So I voice note and stuff like that. But essentially just literally helping you, like, showing you the strategies of what worked for me, what works for others. Literally in that online course is everything you can possibly imagine in there to do with business, social media. And then, I'm just there as your fucking hype girl in your pocket.
I'm just there.
I'm just there.
I'm just there as an added extra. Just a paid actor.
Just a paid actor. No. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm not one of I'm not good at hard sales. That's not me. I'm just there. And anyone who's ever spoke to in the DMs, like, I've had it before where I've sent someone a voice note and then they air me, and I get it. Because they're thinking she's just going to try and sell to me. So they just abort mission and they're gone. And then they'll come back a few months later. And then I'm like, oh, hey, I've voice noted you before, and I'll say, and they're like, I thought you was going to ignore me because I aired you. I'm so sorry. I'm like, don't worry, because I get it, but I'm not here.
Yeah.
I just literally lay out, this is what I'm doing. If you feel like it's a bit of you, let me know, and let's go.
I love that though, because that's so real, isn't it? Because there's nothing worse than, well, for me anyway, hard sales. Because then you think you've pushed someone into doing something they don't want to do.
Everyone's different. Like some people, like obviously everyone's got different like personalities. Everyone responds differently to things. And I feel like you would, again, this is why, this is like, again, it comes back to stop comparing yourself to others, because we're all unique. We all have our own way of doing things. And that's the beauty of it. Like some mentors will probably look at what I offer and go, what the fuck?
What is she doing?
What the fuck? And that's okay, because I know what I do really works for my girls that choose me because they're on my wavelength. There might be some people that are like, you know, driven by other things that go, I am not working with her. She's a freaking crackhead. Like, what's wrong with her? I couldn't deal with her. And that's fine, you know, and that's fine. So that's why I'm just always honest and just send me a DM. We can chat. I'll normally send you about 8 voice notes. Although, have you seen on Instagram, it's no longer a minute cut off.
I know.
It's 5. It cut me off.
Is it 5?
Yeah, yesterday it cut me off. I sent someone a 5-minute voice note on Instagram.
No, because do you know what I used to do? I used to get to 58 seconds and go,
hang on,
and then send it.
I used to send like 10. I'd be like, oh, I've got a problem.
Yeah, I noticed people were sending like a minute and 10 seconds, and I was like, hang on a minute. Hacked Instagram. What's going on here?
It's 5 now, everyone.
That's dangerous.
Watching this. So yeah, I don't really know what there is to plug.
Well, I'll put all of your links in the description anyway.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
On YouTube or whether you're on Spotify, or whatever you're watching or listening on, I'll put all of Aimee's details below.
That's amazing.
Give her a follow on her socials. I'll pop them in below as well. If you are an aesthetics practitioner and you're not in my subscription, please hop in.
Yes.
It's £29 a month, no contract. You can dip in and out whenever you like. Dip.
For all that aesthetics support.
For all the aesthetic support, techniques, injection videos. Complications, whatever it is that you want in your aesthetics business life, hit me up. The links are below.
This is a clear example because we do very similar things, right? Yeah. But we're very different in what we offer. And that's the beauty of it, isn't it?
Yes.
Because...
So, yeah, on paper, when you really... It would look the same.
We're both doing mentoring. But we're very different in what we offer.
They're very different.
Exactly, there you go. And that's the beauty of it.
And that's there you go. Hit us both up. Subscribe to both.
Hit us both up. But yeah, aesthetics-wise, Lindsay's your gal. She's the queen.
Business, social media-wise, hit Aimee up over here. So click the links below. I'll put everything in there that you need. If anyone's got any questions, please pop them in the comments. We love to see your support.
Yes.
Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.